Welcome to Karpathos, the hidden gem of the Dodecanese. Wild, untamed and uncontaminated in its atmosphere. Its tourism isn't overdeveloped like some of its cousins in the Dodecanese like Kos and Rhodes. Even though you don't find the same crowds on Karpathos, you'll still enjoy most facilities for great vacation. Just don't expect lots of international cuisine, water parks, great nightlife and the likes. Karpathos is the second largest island of the Dodecanese and is snugged right in between Crete and Rhodes. It combines beautiful landscapes, ancient traditions and some of Greece's best beaches. A small island and a fairly unknown island, which is a must visit for anyone who wants all that embodies the great Greek islands, without the mass tourism that has taken over so many otherwise well-beloved islands. Appealing, no? For me at least. So, when should you go to Karpathos? To answer this question, I'll need to know more about you and what is necessary for your vacation to be great. The earlier and later parts of the season would be May and October. Usually great weather for being active and hiking, of course slightly higher risk of there being worse weather. June to September can be too hot for long hikes, depending on how you handle the heat. I personally prefer June and September. Better prices, because it's still not peak travel season, but the weather is consistent enough and I can mostly tolerate hiking in these months. My hikes are usually relatively short distances. The temperature of the ocean is nice and it's not too overcrowded. Even at 8 p.m. in the evening, I didn't experience too bad crowds in Picardia, which is different from busy island, capital, towns and cities. If you want to soak in the sun, relax and enjoy the beach or pool, July and August might be preferable to you. It can get very hot and this would be a preference for some. The price would likely be high as well. Overall, Karpathos is still pretty affordable. So, how do you get to Karpathos? A lot of the Greek islands are well connected by ferries, and Karpathos is no different in this regard, as it's well connected to both Crete and Rhodes, which has popular airports. From anywhere else I'd prefer flying, otherwise you'll have quite a lot of stops at different islands before arriving. Karpathos is after all a bit of a remote location. Several western airports are connected to Karpathos, however a lot of potential visitors might have to connect via Athens. Where to stay? So in order to maximize the value of your vacation or holiday, making the right choice in both destination and resort is quite important towards your goal of enjoying yourself. Do you prefer great sceneries, accessibility to a plethora of restaurants, or a great central location for going on excursions and day trips? Then I will tell you what each resort or town will offer you, the visitor. Karpathos town, otherwise known as Picardia, is the capital and easily the most populated town of the island. The seaside town is located on the southeastern part of the island, within reasonable distance to the airport, and you could also arrive by boat. Picardia has the most variety of any of the towns on the island, with its traditional and well-maintained port area, with a nice promenade and cozy Greek tavernas and restaurants. The variety in both food, hiking options, hotels and access to excursions makes it a great choice to make Picardia the center of your vacation. However, if your preference is going to the beach, then Limniatis and Aforti beaches straight to the north of Picardia is hardly worth mentioning, and Karpathos can do so much better. Laki. The Laki and Namupi area of the island is located on the southern part of the island, snugged right in between the capital of Picardia and the airport, getting the benefits of a great location without too much noise from the flights landing and taking off. The biggest benefits and reasons for staying here is that it's a beach paradise, with beaches such as Little Amupi Beach, Votsalakia Beach and Castelia Beach. If you are willing to get a bit off-road, you'll find plenty of beaches further southwest on the island relative to Laki. Unfortunately, Amopi and Laki does not offer much besides its beaches, hardly any restaurants and cultural areas to explore. Perhaps you don't care and you just want to soak in the sun at the beach, and that's all fine. Lastly is Lefkos. Lefkos is more out of the way, out on the most western point of Karpathos. I honestly didn't expect much in this area of the island, but it did surprise me. Lefkos is somewhere in between Laki and Pigadia. Less options than the capital, but more so than Laki. Lefkos has one fantastic beach called Paralia Lefkos. Also, the town has several cafes and restaurants. Again, not nearly as many as Pigadia, but perhaps Lefkos offers the overall package for some who want just a little bit of everything. So if you want peace and quiet, just a few nice restaurants, some hiking trails and just one nice beach, then Lefkos might be the most balanced choice for your vacation. Where to visit? Some might get enough satisfaction out of eating the local cuisine, wine, and getting in some pints while soaking in some of the Mediterranean sun. If you're like me, you love what I just told you, but you might want to find a day or two for some road tripping or maybe an excursion. For Karpathos I got plenty of recommendations. For now I will only give you 3, otherwise you're welcome to find my Karpathos top 10 best places to visit video for more recommendations. Apella Beach. Karpathos is truly an unspoiled beach destination for both windsurfers and anyone who wants calm waters, great views and not the overcrowded atmospheres of other places in Greece. Apella Beach is possibly the most legendary of beaches on Karpathos, rivaling many famous beaches around Greece. I came by a rental car and took the small hike towards the pretty huge beach. Other came by excursion boats, which might be preferable for those who want to avoid driving down winding roads and competing for parking spots. You will find that people are pretty spread out. Some stay on the boats, people in the ocean, some on the available sunbeds, but several people went further towards the trees, slightly behind the beach. Olympos. This traditional village with ancient traditions is so far my favorite on any of the 10 or so Greek islands I have visited. I found nothing in places like Samos, Kalymnos or Rhodes as great as this place. It is even so well regarded that you find people taking day excursions from Rhodes to visit Olympos. The village is also known as the Living Folklore Museum of Greece. Olympos used to be isolated and its own separate community until a few years ago, when a road was built from the south of the island to connect the two halves of the island. I enjoyed the traditional buildings, great panoramic views, and just looked down while having a coffee in one of the cafes. My last recommendation for now is hiking around Pigadia. Hiking around Pigadia is not necessarily an official hike. I just started following a path out of town. The hike takes you upwards into the hills, revealing great views before taking you into a forest. On the other side of the hill and forest you'll encounter several religious buildings, churches and a monastery. These would be Agia Kyriaki Monastery, Panagia Lani Otissa and Church St. Zachariah. It was a bit hot in June, but regardless I enjoyed it. And this was it for me. I hope you enjoyed this travel guide about Karpathos, the hidden gem of the Dodecanese. If you feel like I missed something important, want to add anything of significance or have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you want to watch more travel videos, especially from Greece, feel free to subscribe, more videos are coming soon. Otherwise, enjoy your day and thank you for watching. Take care and bye bye.